Welcome back to NBA Cinema. So today I want to talk a little bit about the Charlotte Hornets and their rookie Brandon Miller. He's been on a tear. Although the Hornets haven't played well, he's been able to find his footing in the NBA and really is playing nice, and really trying to take over a leadership role on this young team. You have people like Miles Bridges that's not going to be back, currently in trade talks right now, but certainly, or almost certainly won't be back next season. And we saw the video that came out with LaMelo the other day when Steve Clifford got ejected from the game. You saw him and a group of Charlotte Hornets players laughing over on the bench, which, drew some ire from the media, and they weren't really too thrilled about the message that sends. So, Brandon Miller, we saw him looking very upset on the sideline, after the team lost, while everybody else was laughing and having fun, didn't mind being down 25, all that. And so, when you're a high draft pick, a lot of times you end up in a culture like this. And, when you have a good franchise, a lot of these pieces have moved around in the future for you to start to turn that around. But I really want to highlight a few things today. One thing we're going to look at is some of the things from the other day. First, let's check out Steve Clifford. As he's talking to the referees, he's upset about a call or lack thereof, and he was thrown out the game. Now, you look at LaMelo and those guys over on the bench, that's what they were responding to. They weren't randomly laughing, but they were laughing at Coach, and Coach is up there standing up for the team, so a lot of people didn't think that was a good look. Now we see Brandon Miller clearly upset about the outcome of the game, and not just the outcome of the game, because you can live with people giving maximum effort. You just can't live with guys being content, being satisfied with losing the same way. Now we're going to look at what he said to them tonight after he made a basket, and he ended up being the one back in transition to contest the shot. Let's check it out.
They missed all 9. All right. It breaks the seal for Brandon Miller. He has one free throw. That's his first field goal. And the Pacers, it's his first field goal. And the Pacers immediately give the...
Yeah, man, so I want to highlight that today because Brandon Miller, I remember coming into the draft, there was so much to say. Malika Andrews was questioning his character. And naturally, in fairness to everyone that was questioning his character, I had my reservations a little bit because when, a young mother dies and you are around that incident and we don't gather all the facts, you just have some skepticism. You can't say one way or the other, how a guy is or isn't when something like that has happened and the loss of life has taken place. But just pertaining to this basketball thing right here, he's showing more character and leadership, since Scary Terry left than anyone on the team. He expects his play to equal wins, and he expects the intensity level, to match his. And he's trying to compete on both ends of the floor. So for him to drive down the lane, make that nice finish, and be the first one back, and not, it won't like he shot a 3 on that play and he was the first one back. He was laying it up in traffic, and he was the one that got down that made them, pass it too long or deflected the pass or whatever, you know what I'm saying, when he got back on defense. So I look at that and I commend him, and it's a shame that Charlotte doesn't have a culture where he has like a leader that he can lean on, because naturally a rookie comes in, they're a little passive as far as, being vocal with the team and stuff. But for him to have to do this in game, and we saw his demeanor after it seemed like no one cared, it shows that the culture absolutely 1,000% needs to change in Charlotte. You're probably going to have to get rid of some pieces that people don't think you need to get rid of. And I'm just going to leave it at that. There's a lot of empty stats up there in Charlotte, and I don't even know if it's just that. But you look around the league, you see a team like Houston on the rise. You see OKC, had acquired Chris Paul some time ago, got some picks, got Shai Gilgeous, who the Charlotte Hornets drafted on draft night and traded to the Clippers for Miles Bridges in the first place. So that's a whole different story for another day. But they got Shai Gilgeous and started to build around him. Now, fast forward, you got Josh Giddey, you got Jalen Williams, you got Chet Holmgren. So you're looking around, teams like OKC has went to the finals, had KD, Russ, James Harden, and all them. Took a little bit of a step back, acquired draft picks, and now they're good again. Before Charlotte is good one time. And that's, the frustration right there. At some point, when you have all these picks, you need to eventually, they've had a top 10, top 12 pick and some number 2s and 3s over the years, whether it was the Bobcats or the Hornets. And they just did not deliver. Front office not delivering, players not delivering, players not being developed, more importantly. And, a lot of that was under Michael Jordan's regime. But looking at Brandon Miller, I think that's encouraging if you are Charlotte Hornets fans. People saying, keep just him and LaMelo. But LaMelo got to show me a little bit more, man, and show that he's not just a transition point guard and that his impact on the game as a point guard means something. He has to stay healthy, stay on the floor, because you done paid him a certain amount of money. It's time for the team, to at least look like they're perennial play-in team, right? You know what I'm saying? At least they've been to the play-in a couple of times and got ran off the floor, but LaMelo is starting to look like he's not a leader, and I don't even know if that's fair to him. He may be better with a different culture, a different team. But, it looks like Brandon Miller has whatever that is, as far as a player and wanting to compete and win at the highest level. You got to get guys that want to win. You look at Houston, they brought in some vets. Detroit hasn't done anything yet, but a lot of the other teams that was down, they at least compete. You can be a bad team that competes. The Charlotte Hornets, a lot of times, they don't compete as a team. It's okay not to have the talent to win many basketball games, but you have some competitive guys. It's not okay to have professionals out there that's just content playing individual basketball, trying to get some stats. Don't necessarily want to be with the team 1 foot in, 1 foot out. That's not cool. And so to see Brandon Miller call them on that, man, it really, to see the Rook talking like that, you know what I'm saying, shows the culture of the team and some of the improvements they need to make going forward. So I want to know your thoughts about the Charlotte Hornets. Who do you guys think they should keep? Who should they let go? Obviously, Miles Bridges is looking to leave. They were trying to do that when he first got reinstated, but we're going to see, man. We're going to see. I want to know your thoughts in the comments about all this. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Till next time. Peace.